We are live. Your questions, your wonderings, your testimonials, whatever. The topic is prepping for September. No, it's not too early. So come on over, y'all. All right, guys. Welcome, everybody. This is Nikki, the Messy Homesteader, and we are live. We are live, and let me put this on airplane mode so we are not disturbed. I missed you guys. First of all, let me just apologize. I set to go live last Friday, and that didn't happen. So I apologize for that, but believe me, I always make up my F-ups. So believe me, in the coming weeks, I will definitely make up for missing that live last week. So just bear with me. You guys are really gonna love what I have for you guys. I've been in the background on my little mouse grind stuff. But if you're here, you know how we like to do. Let us know where you come from, what part of the universe, the galaxy, the cosmos, and we do that so other homeschoolers can find you, and maybe you can slowly build your tribe. First off, since I haven't been live in a long time, let me do some little housekeeping. If you can hear me and see me, well, put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to put a 1 because I can see me and I can hear me. I don't know if you guys can. If you can hear me and see me, put a 1 in the chat as you guys come on in. Come on in. I got my water. Hydrating because I was out in the garden. Just a hot mess. All right, good. You guys can hear me and see me. Hello, Karen Jones, Stephanie J. Hello, everybody. I know this is very impromptu, and I only gave a 10-minute notice, which is not how we usually do it. So I know a number of you guys will start to trickle in. Hey, Hassan and Antoinette. Antoinette, girl, what you got to say? Girl, where you been? I need a personal email for you. I have so many questions for you as I have an upcoming 9th grader. I'm here for you, Antoinette. I'm here for you. You know what? I got to build up my courage level because I go into my Instagram. I have 2 YouTube channels, 2 Instagram channels. Well, I got more, but for you guys. And I see all the DMs and the messages, and I'm like, oh, I just can't do it because I don't do 1 or 2 word responses. Y'all know I give like a paragraph response. I got to think about it, go maybe do some research, then come back. So, it takes time. And I really have to set aside a day once a week where I just go through and just bang out all of my responses because they are thoughtful. So with that said, as everyone is coming in, the topic for today on this beautiful Friday, I don't know where you're living, but it's pretty nice here. If you saw my thumbnail, I was outside on my patio, but then my neighbor's dog, 2 dogs, just started barking crazy. So I brought it in. Now they're quiet, of course. But today's topic is 3 tips to get you ready and prepped for September or whenever you start your homeschool. For a lot of people, it's mid-August, beginning of August. If you're a year-round homeschooler, you're just probably on your little break before you go back into homeschooling. So no matter where you are on that timeline, you're going to start at some point in time. And so that's what we are going to talk about. Hey, Jesus loves you. Yay, I love catching you live. Thank you. I love being live with you guys. You guys make it really fun. As we start, you know how we do. We like to start with small wins, however small. And the reasoning behind that is I like the sidebar. Quick sidebar. I was talking to a dear friend of mine today, and we were talking about perspectives. It's perspective taking. And I was telling her how for the first time, I was wearing dresses and I was showing off my legs and everything. And I wasn't feeling confident with how my legs looked. I thought, I had like little marks and scars and stuff like that. And she was like, no, my God, your legs are beautiful. Don't even think that. And I was like, maybe they are. let me be more courageous and just get out of my mind what I think is a negative, which is it really is a positive. And I was saying the same thing to her. She has like these beautiful freckles on her face that she's not in love with. And I'm like, they're the most endearing thing on you. How can you not love them? So it's all about perspective. So when we do, everything I do is with intention. So when I talk about wins, however small, what you think is not a win is a win in actuality, whether for you, your child, your children, your home, your family, it's a win. So If anybody wants to jump in bravely with a win, let me know. And then we'll go straight into our 3 tips for prepping for September. Now, where's my bell? Oh, here we go. All right. So, I'll go first to encourage you guys, and then we'll get started with our 3 tips for prepping for September. So my small win is that I went to the gym this morning. And I missed going to the gym all this week, except for one time. And I had every excuse in the world, like, oh, my workout clothes are too tight. I'm getting muffin top, or they look foo-foo. You know, I don't feel like driving. All of these excuses. And today I said, B, get your A up and get to the gym. It was just something that came over me. So I just got up. Usually I'm in the gym at 5 in the morning, but this time I went around 10. That's how long I had to convince myself to get to the gym, 5 hours. But I did it. And I said, I'll just do 30 minutes on the treadmill, just run for 30 minutes. And if I'm feeling up to it, I'll go and work my legs, my leg days on Friday. Did 30 minutes, felt good, positive, went and worked out, did legs. And so I'm all hot and sweaty from the gardening and from the workout. That is my win, just pushing through, even when you're not motivated, even when you have every excuse in the world, even when you just want to be in your comfort zone. You just have to learn to push through. So that's my win. Wait, I'm gonna bring the heart. That's my win. All right. See, Antoinette says, by the way, guys, I have these multifocal contact lenses in, and I hate them. So if I'm like all up on the screen, it's because I can't do the adjustment between far and near. Anyway, my small win. All right, y'all, Antoinette has a win. I have already set up our school calendar for the 2023. Girl, you done read my notes for today's video. I've set up our calendar for the 2023-2024 school year, and I have also set up our attendance sheet for the upcoming school year. Yay me. Girl, you doggone right. That's a yay. That is intention. And that's half the battle, convincing yourself through intention that this is something I'm going to do. And this is the first step that I need to do that. If y'all remember, the book club Atomic Habits is doing 1% a day, which is why today's video is a 3-part series. This is the first part because I just want to focus on those atomic micro things to do, not so you're not overwhelmed, so it's manageable, and so you can be successful. Does anybody else have any and y'all, you know, when someone gives their little testimonial, not little, but a testimonial, please show a hand clap or a 100 or a fist bump or a thumbs up in the chat, just so we can encourage others. You know, it ride the wave, and then, you know, next thing you know, you'll be raising your hand to come in and share something. Jesus Loves You says, I just signed up at a homeschool expo with a local umbrella school to cover us legally in my state. Excellent. Jesus loves you. That's a win. You see all of these intentions? So it sounds like with Jesus Loves You, either you're a veteran homeschooler and you're wanting to do something different, or perhaps you're a new homeschooler and you want a little more hand-holding with the umbrella school, or perhaps the umbrella school also offers socialization opportunities and things like that, where you can meet parents and then your children can meet other children. So those umbrella schools have multiple factors that parents choose when they want to go with that option. Hey, Coffee and Cream, it's good to see you, lady. Yes. Everyone give a hand clap, a fist bump, anything just to show support for our brave souls that share their wins. Okay, so let's get into 9 minutes in. Okay, let's get into the topic at hand. So, how to prep for September. Now, listen, I'm a lazy, messy person. I'm organized, but then I'm not organized. You know, I have a vision. After like almost 14, 15 years of homeschooling, you know, I kind of sometimes fly by the seat of my pants because I've been doing things for a while. I know what works, what doesn't work, and I know my comfort zone for chaos. I know how far I can go in the cloud of chaos before I get swallowed by that cloud of chaos, if you know what I'm talking about. But the first and most important thing, in my opinion, to help you prepare for going back to homeschool or not back to school is this. Hold on. Okay. It is your environment. Let me tell you why. The most common complaint, rant I hear, besides your kids getting on your nerves, is this house. Oh my God, this house. You're in the house all day. Your house is a mess. You got extra people living in your house that you don't want living in your house. It's too cramped. The lighting's bad. You know, you got a leak over here and no air and it's hot. It's your environment. And when that environment is not to your liking, nothing really gets done. Or maybe your house is really messy. You're about 5 items in the house from becoming a hoarder. You can't find anything. And when it's messy and it's chaotic, that's just a cloud all over you. And it affects how you want to sit down and plan. You can't sit down and plan because you're like, okay, wait, who was Jesus? He said he signed up. Oh, he was at Expo. Never mind. So Antoinette, I'll come back to you. Jesus loves you. Antoinette says she sat down and she set up the school calendar for the 2023 school year. Can you do that? And you sitting down writing down, okay, what's going on in September at museums? Let me see. And then the window that was never repaired, that's got gaps in it, and the air conditioning is seeping out, and you're sweating and everything, and you're like, oh my God, we got to get that window resealed or let me see if I can call the window guy. And then you're on the phone, and then while you're on the phone holding for somebody to come recaulk your windows, you look over here and you're like, why is the toilet making this noise, this gurgling? Next thing you know, now the toilet needs a new ball and chain thing. It just spirals. Okay. You know, and then as you're walking to check on the toilet, you see your kids didn't put their clothes away. Next thing you know, it's 3 hours later, and that blank piece of paper is sitting there blank without any school calendar events penciled in. Okay, so your environment is very key. Now, here are some things that you can do. Oh my gosh, I so want to share this project I'm working on because this is perfect. But I'm just going to give you the fast food version, the healthy fast food version. So your environment. So even if you are a 20-year veteran homeschooler, or if you're just starting, you're in reconnaissance mode right now. So for the month of July, this is straight reconnaissance. You ain't got to do anything, buy anything. You're just in reconnaissance mode. So what you're going to do, if you haven't done so already, you're going to take inventory of your house and find the most ideal place to homeschool. Now, it might not just be one place. You might have multiple children and they might not catch, so they might need to be separated. That's fine. 1%, remember, 1%. Just find one spot today that you can ideally set up for learning, okay? Now, what you're going to look for, no distractions. If the TV, you turn it around, put a blanket over it. If the lighting is bad, then put down on your list, this is my ideal spot, but the lighting sucks. Put down on your list to go when they have their back to school sales, find you a cheap lamp. Y'all missed the Prime sales, the Prime Day sales, but they'll have back to school sales. Find you a cheap $5 lamp, or go to the Goodwills and find you a lamp so you have some lighting. Look at the weaknesses in the area that you're picking for that ideal spot. Maybe the dogs like to sit there and just chill, but it's distracting to your kids. So take the dog pillows or whatever, the dog toys, the cage, whatever, and figure out where can I move that so there are no distractions in this area. The lighting is different, right? And there's a surface that my kid can work on and a seat. That's all you need. You need somewhere where it's a hard surface so they can work, a comfortable chair. If they don't have a comfortable chair, go find you a cheap little the little chairs with the little strings on it that you tie to the back to the chairs, because they're real cheap. But just find something that's cheap, that's not going to be distracting, to put on the chair if you think that chair is going to be uncomfortable. And then some type of solid writing surface, okay? Now, if that ideal place doesn't have enough room for a desk or a table, even the little Costco, you know, the foldable tables, if there's no room for that, and that's your spot, baby, go get you a lap table. They have them. I saw them at Target last week. They're like $5.99. You know, the little plastic color ones where you can put books on the side, but you have that writing surface. A little flimsy because they are plastic. But if you have determined that this is the ideal spot, oh, I should go. Let me call my son and tell him to bring their lap table. I want you to see what it looks like. Hold on, y'all. Let's see what child is more likely to answer his phone right now. Because I yelled at one kid. So you put that the lap table on your lap. Really? Jay! Oh, my door is closed. This is the most reliable son, and he's not picking up the phone. And I took the other son's phone because he was being irresponsible. All right, let me call my backup kid. All right. So that's only temporary, okay? Until you can find some kind of solid surface for them to work on. That's all you're going to do for right now is just find. Wow, nobody's picking up the phone? Hold on, because I want y'all to see this in action because it really does work. Nobody's picking up their phone. All right, guys, give me 2 ticks. I want y'all to see this. Y'all know I like to bring receipts. This can be done. So, oh, he's calling me back. Okay. Mo, do me a favor. Go in your brother's room and those lap tables, just bring me one. The green one or the red one, I don't care. All right, hurry up. I'm on live. Okay. So, the lap table. Now, this is in a pinch, okay? Now, if you have littles, then it's fine because they can sit on the floor on a pillow, and then they can just work on the lap table. If they're older, they might not take too well for it for a long period of time, but you never know. But it's coming. So, your environment. You want to get your environment on point. Thank you, baby. All right. Oh, you got the white one. All right. So, yeah. So, oh, $5. So, I got this dirty. Hide the dirt stains. So, Target, $5. Okay. This is what it looks like. You can put your drink here, your drink, supplies here, and then notebooks or books, their textbooks, whatever they're using. Okay. Now it is plastic. So look, you got this. Okay. So, but it's still really relatively solid. So all you're going to do is, oops, hold on, y'all. Have them sit down, and if they're in a chair, it's probably going to this part is going to hang like by their thighs, which is fine. It's going to look something like this, right? Which they can still work on. Okay. So if you're in the pinch, $5, you can have something for your ideal spot. If that's the spot that you cannot get a solid writing surface. Okay. So that's your environment. Now, any questions so far? I know I'm talking fast. Okay, Antoinette, Nikki, you're what they call organized chaos. There's something to that. Absolutely. I need to get rid of so much. Hopefully this weekend. Yes, Karen, I'm in this minimalist mode where I just want stuff gone. I just want it gone. Now I know how my mom felt when I was the last one to leave the house, and she got rid of everything like a month after I was gone. She was like, I just need it out my house. I said, Mom, that was all of my memories. Anyway, so that's your environment. Now, this is just a quick fast food version because I have something more detailed coming in the next couple of weeks, okay? Any questions so far? You got to get your environment under control, okay? Now, if you're fortunate enough to have a homeschool room or just a real bona fide homeschool area, you can jazz it up a bit. You might want to add some nice soft lights, a lava lamp or a bean bag, maybe some nice pictures, just to set the ambiance, okay? So when your children enter that space, they know we ain't playing video games, we ain't playing, goofing off with the dogs or our siblings, this is a place for learning. It's a relaxation place, yes, but it's also a place for learning. And that needs to be understood. No mistaking about it. They can't go in there, eating waffles and dropping crumbs on the floor, leaving trash. Nah, Jack. This is for learning. If you ain't learning, get on out. Okay. So make sure that you have the bare necessities for that space. Remember, reconnaissance. And then if you do have the space, think of how you can make it very comfortable. This is your chance now to make a list. Do you want pictures, paintings, inspirational quotes, little Christmas tree lights, plants? Make a list of things that you think, go on Pinterest, but don't go on Pinterest because you'll be there forever. But look at, some ideal homeschool spots that are realistic, because, you got fakers and makers out there, faking the funk. Like their house looks like Pottery Barn, but they ain't no homeschooling really going on. So look for lived in homes that look like people actually live there. They cook there. They yell at their kids there. Look for real homes. Okay. When you're looking through Pinterest for ideals, then make your list. Remember, this is reconnaissance. You're not buying nothing. You're not going nowhere. Make your list. Oh, you know what? I should make. Oh, I know what I can do to make up for missing last week's live. There was a good reason why. I can make a checklist. How about checklist for prepping? I'll change it. I'll juice up the title later. Checklist for prepping your homeschool. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a checklist, and then stay tuned to the community section because I'll post it in there and I'll have a download for you guys. I'll make a nice little checklist that you can use. So you're going to, all the things that you would like to buy or borrow from somebody or just take from somebody, make that list. So now during the rest of July and August, you can keep your eye out. So when you see deals and when you're seeing a friend, you're like, hey, girl, you got any lamps you don't need anymore? You got any chairs? You never know. Just ask. A closed mouth don't get fed. So ask around. Hey, you guys have a desk? Do you have a chair? Just ask what you need. Ask for it. Be loud about it. Okay. And even for the introverts, if you introverted, then just email them. Okay. And then just back away. So all they can do is say no. All they can do is say no. All right, Antoinette says, I have a funny story to tell you about environment when I was first looking to homeschool. I need to come in your live. Hey, you want to come in? You want to come in today? I'm prepping. Oh, you got Shabbat. So listen, I'm going to be live next week, not just on Friday. So, and I'll put the schedule up. So, Antoinette, DM me on where's my DM? It should be my description box. DM me my homeschool knockouts Instagram, and let's talk behind the scenes because I want to hear that, and I want you to come on. See how Antoinette's look. She got another win today. She's coming on. You ain't got to show your face. You can just keep the screen black and just talk. But she's willing to come on. I might have to start bribing y'all with stuff. But she came on willingly, so I like that. Oh, you can pop in today? Okay, so let me send you an invite. Hold on, y'all, because live StreamYard, this is my streaming platform. They changed so much since I've been away. See, bring speakers, moderators, send this link. Okay, copy. All right, actually, I'm going to put the link. Guests can stream this to their own destinations. Oh, that's new. All right, I'm going to put the link here, and then Antoinette, you can copy that and click on it, and then I think it'll come back to me, and then I let you in. I think that's how it still works. But try it out and let me know. If not, then we'll figure something out. And here, let me put this here. Can you see that? Yeah, so copy that, and then see if you can come on in. So yeah, so you're in reconnaissance mode, okay? So, and why you're doing this is you're looking to see what's going to work. And once you find out what's going to work, or to try out because it might not work, remember, it's reconnaissance. So if you find your spot, sit in it. Have your kids sit in it. Have your kids, hey, y'all, go sit in there and read a book for 10 minutes in that chair, with that desk, with that light, whatever. See how it feels. You know, your kids might have a totally different perspective. It's really good to think like a kid, but sometimes we just can't. We're gonna be old, we're gonna think old. But if you can't think like a kid, then get your kids in there and ask them what they feel. Ask them what they would like to see. They might want something totally different for that space, but ask them and then go accordingly, okay? And then make the list of things that you might want to buy or borrow or get from somebody to to fix it up, okay? So that's number one. That's the environment. Number two is you. I should save this for last, but it's you. You doing reconnaissance on the environment. You need to do reconnaissance on yourself. If you are running around like a chicken with his head cut off and you don't have no kind of way to get from A to B, you just winging it, you already a mess. When homeschooling starts, you're going to be a mess times 5, and you're going to start off and fizzle out before the first day is over, okay? So look at what's going on in your life, okay? Are you starting a diet regimen? Are you starting big projects like me? Like I'm going through all the pictures from my kids' childhood because apparently I stopped scrapbooking and I stopped putting pictures in photo albums when my middle child was 2. So I got like 12 years of pictures I got to put in photo albums. Oh, I don't even want to think about the job. It's a big job. Now, do I want to start it right now? Maybe I can do it in manageable chunks. But if you're trying to remodel yourself, all of these things that you got going on, think about, do I start now? So I got a good little roll going before school starts and things get chaotic, or do I want to wait until school gets going before I start a project or something? Think about how well you work under pressure. Okay. Me, I'm a reconnaissance girl. I'm gonna start right now and try to get ahead of everything. That's why I like to work out in the morning. Anything that's important to me, like with my kids, like math is always important. So they've always have math class early in the morning because I know nothing is ever going to come up at 8 o'clock in the morning that's going to distract or disrupt them from that class. So I either work out, I'm in the garden, so I know it gets done. And then the rest of the day, I'm good. I feel good about myself. So if I'm going to start something on myself, say if I want to start keto, or if I'm trying to, maybe I'm diabetic, I'm trying different things for my health, or I'm trying a new workout style or something like that. Anything that's like something that's trying self-help, self-love, start it now and start trying to get the kinks out. So when September or August or whenever you go back to homeschooling starts, you're already in a little bit of a roll. So when the obstacles come up with the homeschooling and stuff, because it will, you can probably more easily adjust because you've already been doing it. So I don't recommend starting anything new a week before you start homeschooling. Don't do it. I've experienced. Don't do it. Just start it now. If there's a book you really want to read, if there's a project you want to get done, go ahead and start it now. Do reconnaissance. Paper and pencil and paper. Y'all, let me not do that because I got sensitive information on that paper. Listen, there is something to, oh my goodness, I'm just grabbing everything that has sensitive information on it. All right, let me grab these napkins. There is something to be said about pen and paper, y'all, okay? Just write it down. Just write it down, okay? So I say I want to start making healthy meals for my family by the time school starts, because with school comes extracurriculars, lessons, co-op classes. It's really crazy, right? So let me start practicing meal prepping on Sundays. Go reconnaissance, go YouTube. You ain't buying nothing yet. Go look on YouTube how to do that. I like Jane Morrell Stewart. She's like the queen of large family prepping. And figure out, okay, I need to get Tupperware because I only have enough to do Monday through Wednesday. start prepping what you need. What are some ideal quick and easy meals to make? And then you can start practicing that all throughout July and August. So when you start homeschooling, you're already up and ready to go. At least you can do like the first 3 days of the week, because that helps to start your week strong, right? That's a small win. So you ain't gonna have 5 days or 7 days worth of meals. Have 3 days worth of meals. Have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to hump day. After hump day, shoot, leftovers, breakfast for dinner, kids make their own dinners. They can figure it out. But you got them through Monday through Wednesday. So unless they're like 2, 3, or 5, 6, 7, although I think my mom said she started cooking when she was 6. I don't know. But work on you, okay? Whatever you need to get going on, think about and be realistic. Don't choose 5 things. Okay, I'm about to lose 25 pounds. I'm about to prep all these meals. I'm about to do all these pictures. I'm about to redo my wardrobe. Just choose one thing and just start with that. Okay. So we've got reconnaissance with the environment, reconnaissance with you, be realistic. And then number 3, let me ask y'all, what y'all think number 3 is? Antoinette, did that link work, the invitation? Because usually something will pop up saying, oh, you have an invite, the guest is in the waiting room. Let me know if that worked, Antoinette. I know it works best if I send it to you personally. But I have done it in the past where I did it like in public. So let me know if that worked. If not, then I can definitely have you on this week coming up. All right, y'all. What do you think the third thing is that's essential for preparing for homeschool? Just throw it in. Just throw it in. I want to see what y'all think while I have a sip of my water. We said your environment is essential to getting prepped for homeschool. We said you, the teacher, is essential for getting prepped for homeschool. What do you think the third essential thing is? Oh, my eyes are red. Hey, Katesh. I know Katesh is really good at planning. That's why she said planning, because this sister, she's always on point with stuff that she's teaching her kids. She said curriculum planning. That's a good one, but that's not the third one. What else? It all ties in, but what else? Come on, give me some more questions. Give me some more answers. What else? Y'all, come on, because my eyes are red. I feel like I've been in the pool all day. Come on, y'all. Don't be afraid. Come on. I always do the talking. Come on. I need 2 more responses. All right. Jesus says routine schedule. That's in series 3, part 3. That's on the list, but that's not it. You're close. Think bigger. Think bigger. They have feet. That's your clue. They have feet. I might have to give out prizes to get y'all to. All right, give me one more. They have feet. That's your clue. Goals. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. That is in an upcoming. I think that's part 2. That's part 2, actually, in the series. All right. I said feet. Feet. Wait. Feet. My big crusty feet. All right. I'm going to give it to y'all. Your little humans or your big humans. Yo kids, y'all. Yo kids. What do I mean by that? Okay, we're looking at the macro. Everything's macro, micro. As above, so below. Okay. As within, so without. Big, small. We're going big. So macro. Like, when you're working out, looking at your macros. carbs, protein, fats, and micros, selenium, calcium, magnesium, stuff like that. So with your kids, wait, hold on, Antoinette. I'm having difficulty getting my browser. I'm coming. All right, just let me know. I mean, it'll ping me when you've done it, Antoinette. It's your kids, okay? You gotta, I wish I had like a little Barbie doll. You got your kids. You're going to have to sit your kids down and talk about stuff. Now, Jesus loves you says, or Jesus loves you said, goals. And that's one thing you will do when you talk with your kids. You're going to sit them down. Y'all going to huddle up. And you're going to see where their head is. Oh, Antoinette's here. Hold on, let me see if I can. They will need to connect their mic before. Okay, so Antoinette, you need to connect your mic and cam. You came through on my end. All right, I'm gonna save your name here. And whenever you get that connected, Antoinette, I'll bring you into the stream. Because right now I can't, because if anything, I just need your mic so we can at least just hear you. So let me know when you got that going. You want to sit with your kids. If you are not new to homeschooling, you want to reconnaissance your kids. All right, what y'all want to learn this year? Don't even worry about the math, reading, writing, science, history. Just put that aside. What y'all want to learn? Write it down or type it up. Have some little snacks, sit down, make a low key. And if they moan and groan, just say, hey, give me 10 minutes, okay? I just want to talk with y'all. Just give me 10 minutes. Excuse me, I got mucus. And sit down and ask them, what do y'all want to learn? What are y'all interested in? Oh, I don't know. I don't care. So be watching your kids. Do you know what they watch? Do you know what videos or TikTok or whatever it is that they're on to get information? Do you know what it is? If not, you are not a spy. You got to be a spy, and you got to be looking at what your kids are doing, or listen to them talk, or things that they like to do around the house or not do. Find out what that is. Talk to them. As a matter of fact, this is a great way to start the year where you're checking in with each other. If your kids can't come up with anything, you start it. You remember how I said reconnaissance yourself? I wasn't just saying that, just bumping my gums. Reconnaissance yourself and then share it with your kids. All right, since y'all don't know what y'all want to do, this is what I want to do. I want to learn French. I want to learn the dirty history of World War II. I want to learn about aliens on the moon. I want to learn this, and that. What y'all got? Make it a game. Make it a round robin. Pull out some little candy, some little Werthers, and go around in a circle. If you're only homeschooling one kid, go back and forth. All right, you go first, or I go first. What you want to learn? Boop. Yeah, as soon as you say something, I'm gonna throw a little piece of candy your way, or dime or nickel if they like little kids. Go back and forth. Make it a game. What you want to learn? You don't know? All right, well, let's skedaddle to the computer and let's type in some things. Fun things to learn as a 7-year-old. Cool things to learn in history, or cool things that happen in the world today, or just fun facts. Just find, you want to find their sweet spot, okay? Now listen, I don't do anything without an agenda or intention, because when you write this down or record it in some way, shape, or fashion, that is information you can use when they start to write, okay? When they're writing, when they're in a lull and you guys need to take breaks because you're just in a slump, pull out that things I want to learn, fun things, you don't even have to say fun, say stupid things I want to know about, just, because there's a lot of stupid things that are actually fun, but they're stupid, bad ideals, bad ideals or ideals that went wrong in 1972. Just crazy stuff. You'll be amazed, okay? Just make it fun and silly. Don't take it seriously, okay? Later on, we'll weave in math and reading and writing and all that good stuff. But right now, we want to make it fun, because that's always going to be your go-to. That's your wingman when you are in a bind, okay? All right, let me catch up with some of these comments. And see, Love Katesh says, yes, I do that at the end of the previous year. So we did that back in May. That and asking how they felt about what we did, which is great. So when you're having like, you're recapping the end of the semester or the end of the school year, and you're asking your kids or yourself, what did we like? What didn't we like? I used to do that. I have some old videos. They're called Hit and Miss. And I would talk about what we like, what was a hit in our house, not always just curriculum, and then what was a miss in our house. And it's very reflective process. And it really tells you a lot when you sit down and you just look at things and you're like, oh, shoot, snap, I didn't even think about that. Or, wow, you start to get epiphanies. So doing that at the end of something, at the end of a semester of the year, and at the beginning is really good. Okay, so kind of gives you like a baseline, and then you can see how things progress when you get to the end of the goal or the semester or whatever, or the curriculum, whatever. So find out. So the thing is, reconnaissance, find out what they like, what they're interested in. Okay, and then once you have that information, you can start weaving that into goals and curriculum and planning. Just the fun stuff right now. It's only July. We got plenty of time to get the curriculum and the planning together unless you're about to homeschool next week. So just keep that in mind. Remember, it's 1% a day. You can be consistent moving 1% a day. The sun moves 1 degree a day. That's why it takes it's like 1 point something. So it's why it takes 365 days for us to rotate around the sun, or the sun to do its thing. It's 1 degree a day. And that's why, if you ever notice, when you look at the sunset, especially after summer, which is the summer solstice, the longest day in the year, and then right after summer, you start seeing the sunset. If you pay attention to the sunset time, and you'll see how it's like 1 minute each day, the sun sets earlier. It's like really like 1 minute a day. So micro, but it works. The sun has never felt it. So just 1%, 1 degree. If it's good enough for the sun, come on, y'all, it's good enough for us. So 1%. So just find out what they like today. All right. Record it in some kind of way. Find out what's going on with you. Also, what you might like. And then find out what you would like in your environment. And then make it right. Make it so. Don't buy nothing right now. Don't go out and just write it down or visualize it. Think about it in your head, because you'll probably change things up the next day or later on that day. And then when we get to part 2, we'll talk about how to manifest these things, how to bring in planning. Hold on. How to bring in planning, looking at your curriculum. Do you even have curriculum? Are you having buyer's remorse because you went to a couple of homeschool? We're going to get into it. Did you go to a couple of homeschool conventions? You got swept up in all the hoopla of the vendor halls. You bought stuff. You're like, oh, I don't know. Or maybe you're just overwhelmed. So we'll just talk a little bit about curriculum and planning, and how do I do with schedule? Okay. How do I do a big picture schedule and then a micro schedule? A big picture schedule is like what Antoinette was talking about, like your calendar. You take the calendar year each month, you go look and see what's going on in the world that you can partake in, and you weave it into your homeschool. So, and I have a number of websites that a lot of people just look at things that they can physically go to, like what does it mean? What exhibits does our museum have for September? In October, what's going on at the aquarium? Or you go to those major county, city, or institutions, and then you look at their calendar and you see what they have going on. And then if you see something that you like, then you pencil that in on your homeschool calendar, which, by the way, I have a free homeschool calendar. It's in my description box below. It's called the Mega Homeschool Planner. Actually, I don't know if it's still down there. If you go to some of my older videos, if you go to my homepage, I have a video on the Mega Homeschool Planner, which I usually have right there. Did it fall down? Hold on, y'all. I might have to pull that back out again. Mega, I always have it right here. Oh, all right. Well, that'll be another video. So anyway, and then you can see like, oh, like we have another King Tut exhibit coming through LA, or was it last semester? I don't even remember. We've been to 2 of them. So I know, okay, October, this museum has a King Tut exhibit coming in. All right, so for history, let's, study, Egypt. So we can study that and then cap it off or embed it into our history lessons. Or maybe there's something going on with the aquarium, like, South American predators, whatever. And you can study the countries that where those animals are coming from. You can bring in geography to study that, or you can make it something about biology, about the mammals and the flora and the fauna of those countries. There's so many things you can do. You can embed that into your writing. What can your kids write about that reflect that topic that you guys are looking at or studying? So lots of things you can do. So, and we'll get into that all this summer. I'm not going to leave you hanging, okay? But right now we're going to focus on 1% a day. So the 3 things, I'll recap and then I'll get out of here. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance just means you send somebody out to see what's going on in the environment. Usually it's on a battlefield. You'll send like I forget what they call them. There was a name that they gave to the men who they would send out. But anyway, they would go send out and see what the enemy is doing, and then come, take that bone back to, the generals or their captains and say, hey, it looks like there's like 5,000 men and they have a lot of horses and their guns are like, just letting the people, the superiors know what's going on so they can then prepare, their tactics and their strategies based on that reconnaissance, that information. So that's all you're doing. You're looking within your environment and your child or children, seeing what's going on there, and then you're planning your strategies, your objectives, your tactics, all of that, okay? But it doesn't work. You can't go forward until we get the house straight, literally and figuratively. So with that, I'm going to sign off. If you guys have any questions or comments, get them in now. I will be back on next week. I'm going to have a new schedule. I'm trying to figure out how I could be consistent for the summer. And then when school starts, it'll be a different schedule. But I definitely want us to get going because I want to talk a lot about curriculum. I want to do a lot of curriculum reviews and all that good stuff. Katesh says, let's see, I read that one. I will have to figure this out because I've kept seeing my browser has my book blocked. That, as you know what, Antoinette, that has happened because I had someone come on. As a matter of fact, that happened to me when I was going on someone else's live. So it's something, I want to say something with StreamYard, but I'll check that out. I'm not sure. But DM me and then we can do like a test run offline and get that figured out. But any questions, comments? Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw your private chat, Antoinette. Okay, so this is private. So, okay, Antoinette, go back into the private chat if you can. And if you're comfortable, send me like email. If you want to, send me an email that you're comfortable with sharing. And then I'll email you the link. And then, but you were able to get on. It was just your mic issue. So I'll look. Okay. Oh, perfect. Hold on. Let me screenshot that. All right. Screenshot that. Got it. And close that up. Okay. So I'll be in touch with you, my dear. Okay. All right. So no worries. I'll be in touch. Oh, here we go. I'm looking at the wrong part of the screen. Okay, so any questions, comments before we get out of here? Remember, this is part 1 of a 3-part series on how to get prepped for September. Let's see. All right, Katesh says, have you heard of the Writing Revolution book and writing strategies? No, I haven't. What is that? Would it be funny if I had the book on my bookshelf? But let me look it up. Writing. Off the top of my head, I don't know about it. Writing Revolution. I'm going to look that up. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm looking it up right now, y'all. Because if it's something that I can, writing revolution. Is this a curriculum, Katash? Empowers teachers to help students. Oh, okay. Oh, it looks like it might be a program. All right, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this. Okay, so anyone else? It's very interesting. I'm planning my writing curriculum on it. It's a book. Okay, so for those parents who want to be more hands-on with their lesson planning or with maybe certain subjects you want to teach, it looks like something that you can build. It's a, I think it might remind me of the 6 traits of writing, the 6+1 traits of writing. It's not a writing curriculum. It's to supplement your writing curriculum. So I'm wondering if it's something similar to that, but I will check it out. Definitely. Thank you for that. All right. So we will pick up with part 2 in our series on how to get prepped and ready for September. Thank you guys so much for all coming in. I'm sorry for the late notice, and I'm sorry for missing our live last Friday. Actually, I think I missed it. Well, I think I told you I wasn't going to make it the previous Friday. But when I tell you, you're going to absolutely love what I have to share with you. I know it. You'll be all love. All right, guys, I'll see you next week before Friday. Don't know when, but check the community box. I will have the checklist for you guys. Okay, I love you all, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye.